Hey, what's up anyone? Journeyman here, and welcome back to Diamonds Are Forever. Today is of course episode 9. You'll notice there is no face cam today. I've decided to go without one for the foreseeable future. Primarily because I'm not getting the quality of video which I enjoy, because the way that Windows 10 stretches Champman 0102 out, basically, and the way that I have my recording set up, it just makes my face look kind of fuzzy and the quality isn't there. It's not a sharp image, and that's not really what I want to do. That's not what I want to represent. I want it to be a decent looking video for you guys to enjoy. So for the foreseeable future, until I work out something a bit better, I'm just going to stick with just doing a voiceover. So today's episode, obviously we're approaching the end of the season now. As you can see, we're just 3 wins away from guaranteeing promotion to the Division 2. So we'll start today up against Carlisle United away from home. Take a look at their side real quick. Anyone have any interest? I do like to go back. I mean, that's what's kind of fun about playing these older games. It's trying to, you know, find players that you remember. You know, how old was I when this game came out? I want to say I was about 15, 16 when this game came out. So it's kind of fun looking back, and it's kind of like a kind of a flashback, I guess, a nostalgic moment looking back and seeing some of these players again. So that's fun for me, and I hope you guys enjoy that aspect of it too. But anyway, going into today's game, we've got some really good news today. Obviously, Hasmanovic returned in the last episode, and Adam Proudluck is back for this one. But for Sinan, by the way, has been absolutely amazing. So for Sinan, we'll keep his place in the side. Proudluck is going to have to settle for a place on the bench today. So, obviously, Bjornsson's been amazing too. With 21 goals this season, the guy's been absolutely unstoppable. You see, his form has definitely gone up, and he's kept Andy Todd out of the team. That was a big money signing. Either last episode or a couple of episodes ago. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this game going up against Carlisle now. This should be a pretty easy win, I would imagine. Carlisle United, 5th in the table, but we're far, far too good for this division, as you can see from this league table. We lost 4 games all season, which is quite incredible, to be honest with you. Alright, so here we go. Obviously, we're just 3 victories away now. We could do that in this episode, which would be amazing. Early goal there for Richie Foreign, though. Actually looks a pretty good player, doesn't he? Surprisingly, a pretty good player. 85,000. I'm going to put him on the short list. I'll keep him in mind if I'm looking for a striker in the future. So early goings in this game here, and we're definitely up against... There you go, Gettinger. And Yossi gets himself a goal. 2nd goal of the season for Yossi, since joining a free transfer in January. Alright, so how are the match stats doing? Well, 2-1 down now, but it's been pretty even. Haven't dominated as per usual. Don't mind a challenge every now and then. Keeps me on my toes. But at the end of the first half there, we obviously got a few shots on, but poor performers in there. A couple of 6s in there I can see. Let's go ahead, get the second half going. Not going to make too many changes quite yet. Probably wait until the 70th minute for that. Alright, so 10 minutes ago, so come on. We've got the quality on the side to score at any single moment, so get in there. Speaking of, the Ben Thatcher getting a goal. It's a rare goal for Ben Thatcher. 3rd goal of the season for him, up from left back, team captain right now. So for Sinan, only 6 out of 10 today. We'll bring on Proudluck. Bjornsson, I'm going to push him forward here. I want to confirm promotion as quickly as possible. I'm also going to give Gudmunda Meta a breaker. Andy Todd can come on. Alright, so 20 minutes to go in this game. Plenty of time to get a winner here. Alright, come on boys. 10 minutes left to go here. Hasmanovic. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Okay, so Hasmanovic gets in there. At the death, Hasmanovic makes it 3-2. Oh, Jesus, and Rogers makes it 3-3. Very typical of a Championship Manager game there. Getting a goal at the end and then opposition replying. That happens actually quite a bit here in this version of the game. It kind of makes it exciting, though, so we'll take it. Draw, not the best result in the world, but you know what? We'll take it. We're guaranteed a playoff spot now, so at least that's locked up. All right, I'm going to take a look at the scouts here, see if they found anyone I want to try and bring in. Obviously, a few of these players are added to the shortlist. Now, I've only got £900,000, my original budget of about $5 million. So I spent quite a bit of money this season And obviously, I'm hoping we get a pretty big balance next one to try and upgrade the squad. I'm going to put a bid in here for Westfeldt. He's a very talented looking fullback. As you can see, he plays right back and left back. Hasn't played many games for Helsingborg. I've got a feeling that offer might be accepted. Sebastian Dolk, as we know, really good player. Might try and bring him in the off-season as well. Let's take a look at our UK scouts, see if we find anyone that I might be able to use. He recommends John Paul Potter. He was a defender, but we just spent a bit of money on 2 defenders, Andy Tard and Meta. So I'm not looking to bring in another defender straight away. Bobby Ryan is an intriguing talent, though. He is he's a centre midfielder, can also play up top as well. He might be useful in the system that we use. And he's available for £475,000 minimum fee release clause. So I'm going to go ahead and add him to my shortlist, and we'll take another look at him in the summer, depending on how much money we get. Mark Robinson's an intriguing talent, but the problem is that he's a left midfielder. And we've already got one midfielder playing centre midfielder. Turnstrom, he's like a left midfielder. So I have to retrain him as well, which won't be a problem really in the long run, but I don't want too many players out of position while they're learning to play the role they're in. So anyway, we'll just keep moving forward, push forward here. As I said, we're still only 3 wins away to guarantee promotion, and I'd love to do that in this episode. So up against Halifax now at home. We'll keep the same team out there despite a disappointing result, but we actually lost Mustafa. I've just noticed that, by the way. He's on international duty with Cyprus. He actually plays centre half for Cyprus, crazy enough. So coming in the right back today, I could put in Greg Lincoln. He was originally trained at right back, but I guess he's lost that spot. It's okay. He can still do a job for me there. I've also got Dudgeon and Poosh. I'm going to put Lincoln in there, and then Dudgeon for the bench. Should I make a change up top? No, I think I'll just keep it the same. We're playing too well, and we haven't really lost. So if we lost the last game, then I would be considering making changes, but we didn't lose, so... Alright, so here we go, up against Halifax. Well, Halifax in the table, 21st, so they're not doing very well this season. Neil Redfern, that's a bit of a legend there, plays for Barnsley when they're in the Premier League. Remember him, he's actually a coach as well, and a pretty damn good coach actually, not too bad at all. Anyone else that got interest in there? Lee Crooks on loan from Barnsley, decent right back, can also play holding midfield as well. Solid player. Gets in there. Justin Walker. Definitely a player of the season candidate here. Justin Walker, as you can see, 18 assists. It's like almost 18 assists, 12 goals, now 13. He's having a great season. And Benefatcher's going 2-2. That's a rarity. I spent a lot of money on Benefatcher at the start of the season, 1.8 million. And honestly, I feel a little bit ripped off, not going to lie. But at least he's good enough to stay with us for a couple more divisions before we move him on. And we just lost David Priest to injuries. That's not ideal. But lucky enough, we have Ronald Thomas, who we brought in on the free transfer in the last episode. And he did a good job while Priest was suspended. So I'm not too concerned about it going into the final run of the campaign. Ronald Thomas is more than capable goalkeeper, despite what his attributes say. Second half here, and we'll just continue our dominance. They yet to have a shot on goal, actually. We'll make a change. Only got 3 minutes to go. Let's bring off Meta for Dudgeon, and we'll just add on Proudluck for Versainen. 8 out of 10s across the board, though, obviously playing well enough. Bjornsson got an assist today as well. So all in all, very simple day at the office here. Make it 3-0. Adam Proudluck getting a goal here at the end. So Adam Proudluck continues his return from injury here, gets himself a goal. It's his 5th in the league and only 9 appearances now. So, all in all, pretty decent, to be honest with you. Let's take a look here at the friendlies. Who's in the England squad, just out of interest? I'm always interested to see. Ian Walker is the #1 choice keeper, apparently, with Richard Wright in there, Nigel Martin. Bex is obviously still around. He's only 26 years old in this game. Still plays for Manchester United, having a great season too. 16 assists for him. Robbie Fowler in there, of course. Michael Owen. 13 goals in the campaign. Not as many goals I would expect to see there. Kevin Phillips came up against him a couple of episodes ago when he was at Sunderland. Franny Jeffers is in the England squad too. Got up to 21 goals for Arsenal this season. It's actually a pretty good return for Franny Jeffers. Andy Cole still going strong here, 22 goals. Paul Scholes, of course, legend it is. Owen Hargreaves, what a career this guy could have had if it wasn't for injuries. Very talented midfielder. Kind of sad, unfortunately. Also, Dean Richards and then the late great Dean Richards. Very tragic news as well about him passing away. Very talented player when he was with Southampton and Wolves, and obviously Tottenham towards the end of his career. But yeah, just very sad to hear. All right, so the bid has been rejected for Mats Westfeldt here. £100,000 was the bid. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to come back in the off-season. Same for Farnerud as well. We'll keep him on the shortlist for now, and then we'll be engaged in negotiations in the off-season. Players I want to bring in are certainly those two. They look very talented. Obviously, we know Farnerud is a bit of a Championship manager legend, so it'll be great to bring him in at some point. But only if the price is right. I'm not going to overpay on him, because he's kind of hit or miss. I've had some saves where he's been amazing and some saves where he's been kind of trash. Paul Terry has signed for Swansea from Dagenham and Redbridge. Paul Terry, that's John Terry's brother, by the way, in case you're interested to hear that little piece of information. All right, so here we go. Rochdale now away from home. Obviously guaranteed the playoffs. We are now, 19 points? Yep, 19 points ahead of Swansea, who currently sit in 4th place in the table. Again, a win here will be fantastic to continue our push. Priest is kind of picked up a knock, so he's not going to play today. He's only out for one more day, though, of a damaged heel. So not too worried about that one. Mustafa is back if I want to put him in for Greg Lincoln, but Lincoln was pretty good in that last game, so I'll let him keep his spot there. How about up top? Do I drop for signing now, finally? I think so. I think I'll drop for signing and bring Proudlet back in, at least for the last push for the season. Any other changes? No, I think that's okay. Let's get it going. Rochdale here away from home. Rochdale have anyone? David Flitcroft. Not the David Flitcroft I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of one that played for Blackburn Rovers. Goal here early on for Rochdale. Connor getting the goal. Paul Connor. Alright. Yet to get a shot on goal. There we go. There's our first shots. But not having a good first half here. And obviously wet, miserable conditions here up in Rochdale. So far, we've struggled to get things going here. So, let's get a goal. There you go. Bjornsson gets a goal there just before halftime. So, it relieves the pressure a little bit from the team talk. Our defence not playing as well as you would have hoped. UC and Ben only a 6. Ronald Thomas has only got a 6 as well. Stephenson, who's obviously playing in front of them, only got a 6. And we're 2-1 up now. Justin Walker getting a goal straight from kickoff, I'd imagine, there. 46 minutes. And then Hasmenovic get his 15th goal of the season. This guy could have had a really, really good campaign if it wasn't for his injuries. But hopefully his injuries are behind him now, and he can have a strong campaign next time out. He's going to be key for us in League One. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see how some of these guys adapt to League One. Some are potential, like Hasmenovic, only 17. Versainen's only 21 as well. But on paper, they don't look great ability-wise, but it'll be interesting to see how they make that jump to the next level. We'll bring on Butra for Proud Luck as well, just for the last 10 minutes of the game also. But it's looking like it's going to be another comfortable victory here, which I think would mean we only need one more victory to secure promotion. I mean, we might be able to do it here if results go away. And yeah, the full-time also has gone. Alright, so we actually won the league. There you go. We clinched the 3rd division title. So there you go. The first achievement is done. We've been promoted to the English 2nd division now next season, so we can prepare for that. As you can see, went up as champions there comfortably as well in the end. So results went away, which is good because now we can start rotating some players, trying some players in different roles and positions, and just start preparing for life in Division 2. Alright, so we got a League Cup final here, Manchester United and Liverpool. Let's see how this one goes. Man United destroyed Liverpool here. Juan, Seb Veron, and Roy Keane and Ruud van Nistelrooy getting the goals there. Rough day in the office there for Liverpool, though. I mean, some of these names are just I mean, they're favourites of mine, to be honest with you. Just managed them in the past with different kind of saves. Heskey, obviously, Nicky Barmby, Jamie Redknapp, Igor Biscan. Completely forgot about this kid. Only 23 years old in this game, by the way. Jamie Carragher on the bench. A little bit surprising there. And, of course, Stevie G. Where's he? Yeah, where's Stevie G? Is he injured? Yeah, he's injured, unfortunately. Yeah, obviously their key player. Stevie G, only 21 years old. Young Steven Gerrard, 8 caps to his name, single goal. Went on to have a pretty good career, I'd say. Alright, so on to the next game now up against Swansea. Obviously they're in second place. And alright, so we got a couple players in the 3rd Division Select side. Justin Walker, Anders Steffensen, and Tron Bjornsson. I'm surprised Bjornsson didn't actually get into the starting 11, considering his record in the league. 18 goals in the league, 6 assists. The Norwegian Frank Lampard doing a great job for us this season. Same with Anders Steffensen, though. He's had a really good campaign. Very, very solid, protecting that back line. And Justin Walker just had an electric start. Been kind of quiet at the back end of the season, but still really good performances from him this season. So it's good to see. I'm surprised there are more players in there, to be honest with you. He had some really good key performers, especially likes of Vasainen, 15 goals in the campaign. Butcher knocked in 12 even. And then obviously Hasmanovic, despite his injury, got himself 12 in 19. So I'm surprised we didn't get a few more names in there. So yeah, we're down to 6 games left of this season. First, we take on Swansea here. Any changes to the side today? I could rotate some players out, try and give some young guys a run out. People like Butcher, Vasainen, perhaps should get a run out, but Hasmanovic, I'd like to get him some games. So we'll start Vasainen. We'll put Proudlook on the bench. Anyone else should be playing? Not particularly, to be honest with you. John Carger, I could perhaps use get some game time for him at right back. Now he's returned from injury. Priest is back, by the way, so he'll get his place back in goal from Thomas. We'll do Christian Puts on the bench. Okay, yeah, we'll just rotate some guys out, give some guys some playing time. Alright, so here we go, Swansea at home. Obviously being a rotated squad, I think Swansea might actually end up beating us here. It's been a long time since we actually suffered defeat. I think we're still unbeaten since December. Boxing Day, I think, was our last defeat. And Tjernstrom makes it 1-0 early on here. He's a really good end of the campaign. I actually didn't notice, but he actually has now 10 assists on the season with 7 goals, which is pretty good for a player playing out of position. Alright, so far so good. No complaints so far. Any good performance out there? Lots of 7s and 6s, of course. Who got the assist? Yusi from the back. Yusi Nuola. I think that's pronounced his name. I'm not very good at pronouncing his name. Not very good at pronouncing anyone's name, to be frank. Alright, so second half here. I'll bring on Butra in just a few moments. For this, we'll bring off Hasmanovic for Butra. We'll play Andy Todd, bring him on for Gudmundur, who's been kind of up and down. He's either been at 8 or 6s. There's an odd 7 in there too, but the guy is quite clearly a very talented centre-half, and I'm looking forward to see his growth over the summer. Mazzina gets a goal there. Nicholas Mazzina for Swansea. Justin Walker gets in there. 15th goal of the season for Justin Walker. Who got the assist there? Trond, of course. Trond Bjornsson. Get himself another assist on the season. And Daniel Tjernstrom makes it 3-1. So, comfortable victory despite rotating a lot of players out today. Alright, so we'll continue chugging forward here. Next up we have Exeter City away from home at the Real St. James's Park. Alright, here we go. Real St. James's Park up against Exeter. Thinking about making some changes again. We'll start Andy Todd today ahead of Steffensen. We'll start Butra ahead of Vasainen. We'll continue with Hasmanovic. Midfield, I'm happy to keep it the way it is there. Alright, next game, Exeter. Alright, so Exeter, how they doing in the league table? Do you have anyone we recognise, players-wise? Alan Tongue, centre-half. Had him a couple of times, rings a bell. I'm thinking of Michael Tongue. I'm actually thinking of Michael Tongue, the guy that used to play for Sheffield United. Anyone else? Not particularly. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, back to the game at hand. So this is what I do, by the way, in Championship Manager. My mind kind of wanders. Because obviously it's so much like, it's like a historical piece. It's like going into a museum, like a footballing museum of sorts. Alright, so we're dominating. We just can't seem to find the back of the net. You can also have managers on the field because the text in the middle has to be stretched out because Hasmanovic obviously takes up half a page of his name alone. Alright, so halftime here looks like it's going to be 0-0. Yep, 0-0 here at halftime. We're dominating. We just haven't really found any opportunity to score, but there we go. Bjornsson gets his 23rd goal of the season. It could actually be our top goal scorer, believe it or not. And Walker now has picked up a knock. So let's bring on Kali Bassina. Let's put him in midfield. Let's see what he can do from midfield. Just interested because he is a forward centre, which means he can usually play the two roles, and he gets himself a goal pretty much immediately from coming onto the field. That's a pretty good start there from Kelly. We can have a change here. Butra for Proudluck, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. 2 assists today, by the way, for Butra. So he's contributing, even though he's not found in the back of the net. Vasani gets a second goal from midfield. So obviously the guy can play the role at a pinch. That's his 22nd goal of the campaign, by the way. So he's having a good year. Adam Proudluck get himself a goal coming off the bench. So it will look like a pretty difficult game. It's going to turn out into a pretty easy result. Easy victory for us. Yeah, absolutely crushed him. Alright, so, yeah, 4-2 there. Take a look here. Playoffs are being set pretty much now. Leyton Orient, Oxford are going to be in the playoff guaranteed. I mean, interesting little race here. At the bottom of the table, Scunthorpe is still fighting away. Obviously, this is when only one team got relegated. Take a look at the conference, though, real quick. Who's top scorer in the conference? Because I played a lot of lower leagues, so I'm just interested. Yeah, Justin Jackson, yeah, I thought it would be him. Gets a ton of goals in the conference in the first season. Same with Jason Eaton. Rocky Baptiste, that's another player that always gets a lot of goals for some reason. Alright, well, we'll keep pushing forward here. We'll do one more game and then we'll call the episode quits. But, yeah, so far so good. Easy peasy. Here we go. York City straight away here. So just a couple days in between. We'll check the condition. Don't want to injure any players unnecessarily. Cog is struggling. We'll give him a break then. Lincoln at right back. Walker's injured. He's out 10 days of a twisted knee. Yeah, we'll start for signing. I mean, he came on and did a great job, so why not give him the opportunity to start. Hasmanovic will give you a break for Proudluck. Stephenson will return for Andy Todd. Any other changes? Nah, that'll be fine. Alright, York City now at home, just 2 days after the last game. So some of these guys are obviously going to be a little bit tired. I imagine the York players are probably facing similar issues. Yeah, I mean, a few players up there. Butra got picked up a knock. So Hasmanovic, you don't really get much of a break. In fact, you get 10 minutes. Alright. So where are York in the table? Just out of interest. 23rd. Obviously, this is a big game for them. They'll be delighted if they get anything from it. And so far, they're doing okay. It's 0-0. Michael Evans up top. I do recognise that game. That name, Mikey Evans. Anyone else? Alan Fettis. Yeah, he's been on for quite some time. Alan Fettis. Yeah, Northern Irish goalkeeper. International player. Lee Bullock. I wonder if it's the Lee Bullock. Anyway, whatever. Move on. So, here we go. Still 0-0. Can go either way, of course. Hasmanovic gets in there. Good finish from Hasmanovic. 16th of the season for him now. I wonder who has a top goal. I think Bjornsson has to be our top goal scorer. That's quite an achievement. I didn't really expect him to get a lot of goals. But I mean, the guy's got 22. I mean, there's probably a reason why they call him the Frank Lampard of Norway. Even though Frank Lampard, I think, is in there. I think he's like 20 years old, though. Alright, whatever. We'll make some changes. I'm kind of rambling now. So we'll bring on Mikael Hatton and we'll bring on Push for UC. give him a run out as well. I was lucky it's going to finish a comfortable 1-0 victory. York, I don't think... Yep, they have not had a single shot on goal all game long. And that's how it finishes there. Yeah, so York didn't have a single shot on goal. Yeah, we're just proven here we're just far too good for the division. But I'm looking forward to the challenge of next year. And obviously we're now just 1 point away from the 100-point mark, and that's be quite the achievement as well. When I started this save, I was just kind of happy to get into the playoffs, to be honest with you. But we're absolutely running away with the league. Take a look at top goal scorer in the league. Bjornsson is 9th with 19 goals. That's pretty good. Kalle Vasanen's our top striker there with 17 in the league. Walker's got himself 14 too. Hasmanovic and Butra 13 and 12 respectively. How about in the squad though? Bjornsson, yeah. 23 goals. Vasanen's on 22, trying to catch him. Hasmanovic, then Walker, Butra, Dwayne Darby got a pretty decent campaign out of him, 11 for being the 4th and 5th striker respectively. Adam Pavlik got himself 8. Obviously, Hasmanovic and Pavlik probably would have scored a few more goals had they hadn't got injured for sustained periods of time. Greg Lincoln got himself 6 goals, which is actually a pretty impressive return from a centre midfielder playing right back. A right midfielder playing centre midfield and right back. So that's a pretty good return from him. How about the assists? Creative players, Walker, at the heart of everything we do, pretty much 17 assists for him. Even Chernstrom got himself 11 assists this season. Vasanen's got himself 8 to go alongside his 22 goals. So all in all, it's been a great campaign so far. We've only got 3 games left of the season itself. So the next episode will be a quick one, and then we'll do a quick season recap at the end, and then talk about the future and life in Division 2. But thanks so much for watching the episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the series thus far. If you are, remember to leave a like on the video itself. I truly appreciate the feedback, and let me know as well, should I keep trying to implement a face cam for Championship Manager? Obviously, there's not a ton of action, and I feel like it just takes up empty space on the screen, because there's only so, it doesn't give you much to react on. So as far as seeing my face, I don't think it really adds too much to the series. But I want your feedback. Just let me know, shall I include face cam or not? Thanks so much for watching, everyone. See you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.